Going to live in another country, even for second generation, is not as easy as people imagine to be. My life, I felt it was like a Cinderella all the way around. You know, we lived in Iran where my parents, they were professionals, we had a good upbringing, very big house. I went to schools that they were teaching other languages, and I was brought up in a very different society with I'm a Muslim, and although in our schools they were Christians and Jews and Baha'is, and we were lucky in Iran before the revolution. They were such a vibrant faith. We used to all live very happily next to each other, and we had nothing against one another. And I came here immediately. I was an ethnic minority. I had to explain about who I am, what I am, where do I come from, why am I here. I had to learn another language, another way of life. And my parents' cultural understanding was very different to someone who was brought up in Britain. And especially I was a girl, I had to always fight it was very challenging, and in a way I'm glad I went through that as a child, because it prepared me for who I am now. I became a lot more stronger. A long time ago, I think it was the year 2000, it was Iran and Iraq, an allied war. It was a lot of 3 wars in Gulf, and there was this, maybe Middle Eastern became a bit as almost people, they were very, especially after September 11, people, they were very much aware of Muslims and Middle Easterns. I can remember in Mayflower Street, in a car park, me and my former husband, we were in a car with a friend. It was 11 o'clock at night, and a group of people, they tried to turn our car over. Very frightening experience. And there were a group of men, young men, and 3 female. They were screaming and they were ringing the police. And when and they were fighting. And it was wonderful to see these 3 small female fighting these big men, to make sure. Obviously, it just shows 2 sides of the society. And I got out of the car and I ran to a mobile police van and explained the situation we had. And he said to me, "Why don't you ring the police?" And I said, "You are the police." And he stared at me. And we came a very long way from that. And it left me in a very dilemma. In a way, I was experiencing something really frightening of how this group of people, they were hoping to harm. And in the same time, there is a group physically weaker, but they were so, wanted us. And one of them was shouting, "Who do you think they are? This is, anybody could live here, and what's got to do with you?" And I was very proud of the fact they were so clear in their head. And Janet accent left me feeling very comfortable and positive about where I was living.